In a moment, my wife's voice stopped me. "Edward, that's a good tune." "Tune, eh? What tune?" Now, if we're to believe Elgar, that seems to preclude any notion of a hidden counterpoint, because that would mean that there'd have to be a degree of deliberation which there obviously wasn't there. And that, to me, throws out most of the suggested solutions of the Enigma. But there was one that was suggested to me by Joseph Cooper a year or two back, which impressed me enormously, and that was that he'd seen a very close correspondence with both parts of the theme, both the minor part and the major part, in the slow movement of Mozart's Prague Symphony. And this was of great interest because just a fortnight before this November evening in November 1898, Elgar had been at the Leeds Festival to conduct the first performance of Caractacus, and while he was there, he heard a performance of the Prague Symphony. Well, this figure, which may have been in the back of his mind at the time he was doing this, it's not the primary or even the secondary subject of the slow movement. It's just the kind of little side issue that might go into the back of a musician's mind and come up semi-subconsciously. Then I remembered an interesting passage in an early biography of Elgar by Basil Mayne. And Mayne was describing one of his visits to Elgar's home at Malbank in 1932. And he wrote this: "The writer recalls a particular summer evening at Malbank when Elgar's niece and he were seated on either side of the composer, reading a miniature score of Mozart's Prague Symphony and listening to a recording. In Elgar's opinion, it's the finest of all Mozart's symphonies. It was the Andante that intensified the experience most of all. The recording that they were listening to was from Elgar's own gramophone library. It was conducted by Erich Kleiber. And here in the birthplace is one of the gramophones that Elgar owned, and we're going to play that passage from the Prague Andante, from the very recording that he and Basil Mayne listened to on that summer evening in 1932.